Thank you so much for being on time. I really appreciate this because we are entering the last part of the conference, the fourth session. And we have something really exciting for you, which is some prizes. I saw them backstage. And 10 people here in the room are going to leave home with something really, really cool. For that, you must have the ticket with the number. I hope you have it. But until we go to the lottery, I have a confession to make. Now, I was born in Târgu-Mureș, but I currently live in Cluj for the past 15 years. And wherever someone hears that I'm from Târgu-Mureș, they usually talk about two things. Can you guess what those two things are? What? No. First is weekend. Everyone knows about weekend. People in Cluj come to Târgu-Mureș for weekend. And the second one? Zoo. About the zoo. Again, people come to Târgu-Mureș for the zoo. And I brought this up because last year, on the 9th of December, 50 volunteers gathered at the Târgu-Mureș Zoo to create something really special for the Târgu-Mureș community. Now, in order to find out what happened at the zoo, and what they created there, and what will be launched here today, I'm going to invite here on stage two really special persons that are going to tell you more about this project, this amazing project. So I would like you to warm welcome Cristina Boros and Iboia Mester here on stage. They told me they're a little nervous, so please encourage them and let's find out what did you create last year.
Good afternoon. Sorry for the clipboards. It's been a long couple of days for all of us, so bear with us. I would like you to imagine and have an imagination exercise, a world where every small act of kindness blossoms into something extraordinary. Because that is the world that we are trying to create with We Care, We Grow. Now, We Care, We Grow, you have seen everywhere, LIMITL3SS and We Care, We Grow. That is our association, and I would like to tell you a few things about it. But first of all, my name is Cristina, and together with my partner in crime, friend and colleague Iboia, we have the honor of standing before you and introducing a few of the people that are usually backstage. Our team, our colleagues, our friends. We are also the two redheads that you have probably seen talking about this and spreading the word on multiple channels, anywhere and everywhere they would listen to us. And we are also the people that you would like to contact if, after today, you would like to be more involved in your community. Now, We Care, We Grow, as I said, is a nonprofit that was born in 2022. It was born from a small number of people that used to do good whenever and wherever we could. But it was never enough. Just a few examples of activities of our own design. We plant at least 1,000 trees every year. You have already seen that today. We had Coffee for Heroes during the pandemic. We have every year turned trash into school supplies for children from areas where they cannot afford it. We helped in buying and equipping an ambulance for the Ukraine. We were involved in Asociația Dăruiește Viața, and the more I tell you, I encourage you to search for these causes and charities and maybe get involved. We were involved in Peditel and Spitale Publice din Bani Privați. And our latest, although it's not a charity, and I encourage you to go outside and check the girls that will tell you more about She Can Do IT. This is our newest initiative. Now, given everything that we were doing, we wanted to do more. So We Care, We Grow was born because if you care and you get involved, you grow as a community, as a person, as a family. There is, and Eileen, I don't know where she is, already spoiled this a bit for me. My favorite proverb that comes from the African culture that says, it takes a village. And that means everything from raising a child to assuming responsibility and being involved in your community and in your environment. Coming back to We Care, We Grow, our big idea in 2022 was to organize the first IT summit in Transylvania, especially in Târgu-Mureș, because most of us are from Târgu-Mureș, and to get IT and non-IT professionals together for one day, learning from each other and from the speakers. We had no idea what was ahead of us. It took a long number of days and hours of planning and replanning, thinking and rethinking, organizing, but it takes a village. And 2023 was a success. Dreaming big gives you wings, and you always want more. So we wanted more. We wanted to be more involved in our communities, to give back. So out of all of the ideas that we ran with, we chose to enhance the experience of the guests of Grădina Zoologică. You named it correctly. Why? Because all of us, our children, our friends, our families, our loved ones, have at least once enjoyed a walk through the garden, through the park, and we wanted for them to have a better experience. We launched a call for help and talk about involvement and the village. We raised the village, and we had volunteers from children to students to IT professionals, non-IT professionals, and even people who were not from Târgu-Mureș, but they loved the garden so much that they came to help. That being said, I will hand over to Iboia, who will give you more insight into our latest very proud achievement.
Thank you, Christina. But what was Hack4Zoo? It was much more than a hackathon. You know, when we started this campaign to find volunteers who create something for society, we ask you to give your most precious value of you, your time. But you did much more. You gave your heart. Why was this different? It wasn't a competition. Here everybody had the same goal, to create something amazing. Even after 24 hours of hard work, you had the patience for each other, you had to listen for each other, to help each other. So yes, it was a real Christmas. And why was this important? I think Mr. Santo János, the zoo director, can tell us much more about it. So please, come.
Thank you. It's a little bit strange to land between such group of specialists because, yeah, the zoo world is different like this. And this I was observing during the 2 months ago what happened, because it's coming 60 people 24 hours long there to work with our colleagues. So you can imagine sometimes that situation when Iboia was asking for some data where you have the, I don't know which animal. And the colleague, of course, we in the zoo, we're talking in other language. Yeah, the gravy is there. What gravy? But a lot of this sort of discussion where you know what you do, the other part also is saying yes, and it's not fitting. And in this discussion, I thought, my God, what will be the end of this if for each animal in part we need to make a so big discussion. In the end, was a very nice meeting there, and let's say also the result after 2 weeks is coming out. But let's say a little bit more why we think that it's very important to have such, let's say, application for a zoo. Before I become director here in Târgu-Mureș Zoo, I was working 17 years in Hungary, in Zoo Nyíregyháza, and after 14 years long in Royal Zoo Amsterdam. And in Amsterdam, we had some serious philosophical discussions. How far a zoo needs to get involved in technique for the visitors. Technique in different way. Okay, the digital technique, I heard here the artificial intelligence. Yeah, and that time, everybody, that was 10 years ago, they say, it's better to not have technique in the zoo, to be a piece of nature. What you get without technique in this world, when the children are burning with a mobile phone. So everybody's coming with one phone in the zoo. We say, hey, let's try something very modest, to don't be fooled with technique, but let's see what's going. Our education department started to make the traditional tablets and, I don't know, different enclosures. Nobody was reading. No one. If you can imagine one person who is walking in the zoo is spending, I don't know, around 2-3 minutes per enclosure. You are the elephant, you look effective in the elephant, 3 minutes. Rest, or you walk, or you do something else. So then it's coming the other idea, hey, wait a little bit, because this is not good. Now let's go with QR code minimum to give more information. And that was working. It's coming the kids, oh yeah, looking for other information. And so slowly it's getting better, and we can give more information for the people. But why to give more information for visitors? I remember that in 2009 maybe, the Dutch astronaut André Kuipers was in the ISIS station, and he come back, and the first presentation, what he did in our artist's planetarium. And there, for me, first time, is falling down, let's say, the money. Because what happens, then I realized that all that news, what we heard each day, with the environment, with the protection of animals, with all this climate changing, in that presentation I get it. Because what he said was 30 days in the ISIS station, and he make a lot of photos how we destroy the planet. Unbelievable, and we don't realize. So what happens, the man, the human being, can live just in the planet, in this planet. So we need a comfort temperature that is between, let's say, 15, 28 degrees, but if it's more than 30 already, we are not feeling very well. If it's below the zero, also not. We can swim a little bit with 5 kilometers per hour. We can run with 15 kilometers per hour, and that's all. That we can do on planet Earth. Never till now, the NASA was discovering something else where we can go out if we destroy this planet. So the idea behind, in a zoo, the role of the zoo is changed. So we need to give a lot of educational information for the visitors to know what they're hearing in the news, in the media, everywhere, that, hey, well, we need to think what we're doing. But we do normally, doesn't matter. Okay, we buy new cars, big houses, everybody's changing the phone each year, all the apparatus in the kitchen, but this is costing somewhere in the long run a very serious effect on the planet. And we don't want to realize. So we proposed that in Zoo Târgu-Mureș here, we want to follow one other philosophy, other zoo. We will create a Dutch model zoo. And we want to give a lot of information for our visitors, children, adults, doesn't matter. And one of these first steps, let's say, is this cooperation, what we did with Iboya and the team of Iboya. And I understand that today you have ready the results. It will be a surprise also for me. I didn't saw it. So from my side, I want to thank you for We Grow Foundation for the help and also for your team. And let's see the result.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But what really happened in night of December, let's see in a short video. Now.
Hello, Limitless people. My name is Delia, and this is a brief glimpse into my journey at the Hack4Zoo event, which was more than just a memorable Saturday night. It was a real marathon of creativity and collaboration. Together with a team of inspiring individuals, we embarked on a mission to enhance our zoo and enrich our city, laying the foundation for a transformative partnership. I am truly thankful for the opportunity to contribute as a content writer and translator, and I am thrilled about the future of this collaboration. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of something so meaningful. Here's to many more milestones together. Let's keep pushing the limits of what we can achieve, and even more because we are limitless. See you next time.
Hi, I'm Alex and I'm a designer. I advised on UX for the Zoo app. It's a really nice feeling having contributed to something for the community, something that will stand the trial of time. By the fact that every IT professional attending Hack4Zoo put their skills in the service of a tourist attraction for our city, and 3SS facilitated this event, I think it brings pride to everyone involved. The energy in the room was really positive, and I believe that sends the message that such initiatives are more than welcome in the future as well.
Hello, my name is Tere Korpar and I'm the owner of the Alba Digital Agency, and I attended Hack4Zoo organized by Limitless, and it was awesome. At first I wasn't sure what to expect, but upon arrival we were greeted by an energetic atmosphere filled with dozens of enthusiastic students and professionals from various companies, many of whom had never met before, united to develop a zoo guide app. It was a demonstration of community spirit and teamwork. Personally, the hackathon was more than just a learning experience. It was a source of optimism and hopefulness. It showed that when individuals, companies and NGOs come together and stand together, real change can be achieved. I hope to see a new hackathon soon.
Bună ziua! Eu sunt Mario, am 10 ani. Sunt foarte fericit că am avut ocazia să fac parte din echipa Hack4Zoo. Eu împreună cu prietenul meu Daniel am căutat informații despre rața egipteană și pasărea flamingo. A fost interesant să locuiesc pentru câteva ore la grădina zoologică. M-am simțit mândru de realizarea mea. Încercați aplicația, o să vă placă. A fost făcută de noi pentru voi cu multă dragoste.
And yes, they did it. And you want to see the result? Our colleague Kinga, Florin, and Istike create a short video when they show this application. Let's see it.
Hello, my name is Szilágyi István. I am a React Native developer. My role at this hackathon was to technically lead the whole development process, and at the end I was the one who put together all the pieces of the puzzle which others have developed.
Hello, my name is Boc Kinga, and I was helping with the preparations. Basically, before the hackathon, my job was to define the application to make sure that all the designs and everything is ready, and they are divided in smaller tasks so our volunteers could work in parallel on every part of the application.
Hi, I'm Florin Bardoshi. I'm a full stack developer. I was coordinating the work of developers before, during and after the hackathon, and ensure that all the tasks are completed and that we are going to have this beautiful application.
We wanted to cover both of the most popular mobile platforms, which is iOS and Android. And also, we did not want it to have two different teams working on the same features for the different platforms. That's why we decided to use a cross-platform solution. So in these terms, we have chosen React Native, which is one of the most popular cross-platform solutions. Even like that, it was quite a challenge to complete everything in just 24 hours. Yes, this application was more or less developed in 24 hours, and I'm saying more or less because we have worked a bit before the event on the design. We created the project, did some initial setup, split the work into tasks, basically to have everything prepared so when the event starts we can distribute the tasks and we can start the development. But as I said, it was challenging because there were around 10 volunteers for developing the client application, from which, if I'm not mistaken, only 4 were who already had experience with React Native. There were some who at least heard of it, and there were also for whom this was the first meeting with React Native, the first touch. So some of them were learning in the meantime, some of them also used AI to help them develop. In the end, everyone contributed somehow, and we have managed to finish the application in these 24 hours. Okay, I'm talking here about the development part, but there were also other volunteers whose work was essential for us to be able to create the app, like gathering data of animals so we can display them on the detail pages, translating them to have the app supporting 3 different languages, gathering coordinates of the different animals so we can place them correctly on the interactive map and stuff like that. For the map, we have chosen Mapbox because first of all it had a React Native package, but also that it had the most accurate display of the zoo's territory. I mean here the paths on which the visitors go around and the different buildings, stables and so on. Also supports adding custom pins to it so we could place animals, artifacts, restrooms, and also supports displaying the user's current location. The app does not hold the data locally, it is fetching them remotely, so all the information about the zoo, the animals, the locations, their location in the zoo, the events can be changed without releasing a new version of the app.
So it might sound cheesy, but actually everything started with the idea to give back, to give something to our community. We had many ideas in the beginning, and after many obstacles, we decided that we would like to help the Târgu-Mureș Zoo. We wanted to create an application that would help all the visitors of the zoo in order to find the animals easier and to have every time information about all of the inhabitants of the zoo. Our goal was to create something interactive, something that families can use together, something that gives something to children, to elder people, and to everybody who is interested in really finding out something about the animals and not only looking at them. In our application, you can find fun facts about the animals, you can find real information about the actual animals that live here. In our application, we also included some useful information, for example, opening hours and closing hours. You will also see some tags indicating you that if the zoo will close soon. So you will know how to actually plan your trip here. And also we included some weather-related information.
The Zoo application is highly customizable due to the content management system which we created. For its creation, we used React.js for the front-end part, Node.js and MySQL for the backend. The content management system has multiple features. You can add and edit an animal. The info added is translatable in 3 languages, Romanian, Hungarian and English. The Zoo staff has the option to update the animal info, to upload representative images for each animal. Another supported feature is collection creation. In each collection, the Zoo staff can add different animals based on different filters and criteria. Those collections are presented in the Zoo app on the first screen on the animals screen. In the app, you have the option to send feedback and Zoo visit. The Zoo staff can check the user reviews and take it into consideration. Using push notification, different events can be advertised and known to the public. The pins on the map can be set and edited in the CMS. If an animal changes his place in the zoo staff can easily change the location on the map. During the hackathon, we implemented the MVP features. We have a list of other cool features which we want to implement in the future. Hosting the hackathon, creating the backend and the Zoo app was a team effort. Everything went great and was a success due to involvement of the participants and willingness to be part of something extraordinary.
It was a real challenge to prepare everything for the hackathon. We didn't know how many people will be interested in this kind of action because we are talking about volunteering. We didn't know how many developers will show up. We didn't know their technical skills. We didn't know how many other people will show up who actually helped us in collecting data and everything. So we were really, really hoping that our announcement will encourage people to participate, and we were really hoping that everything will work out in the end. And I just want to, in order to show you like that everything that you see in the application was real work done by real people, just think about that all the pins that you see in the application, it was put there manually by one of our volunteers. So whenever you stop at the, let's say, elephants, you see the pin on the map, you tap on it, just remember, just think that one of our volunteers walked that path before you and physically stood in that position and provided the necessary information so we can show all the pins in the map.
We need just 2 more minutes of your time, and I would like to invite as many of the volunteers who would like to join us on stage. And as we were saying, it does take a village, right? Yes, please scan the QR code and try it out. Thank you so much.